Hi, yeah, so this is a post-fight of the Deontay Wilder versus Luis Ortiz fight. I know this is a little bit delayed, I've got a few videos I need to get out today, but this will be the first one. Now, this fight went the way that, to be honest, I thought it would do. I think it was the way that if anyone who was sort of applying a bit of common knowledge would have thought it would have gone. As I said in my preview video for this, you know, Deontay Wilder is not the best boxer, but he has a hell of an equaliser, and that is that right hand. Now, he sets that up, as I said, with a brilliant jab. Now, that jab isn't even necessarily always a scoring jab. It's sometimes just almost like, I know this is a terrible comparison, almost like a David Price pouring jab, but he uses it as a rangefinder and sort of an aiming weapon for that right hand. Now, as I said in my pre-fight, now, I actually had someone comment on my video. Now, it's the first interaction I've ever got on this channel. I haven't got any subscribers yet, and it was a comment and a dislike left by someone telling me basically I don't know what I'm talking about. Luis Ortiz is a brilliant fighter. He is he is this massive, like, boogeyman, all this sort of stuff, which were things I really attempted to dispel in my video. Now, I understand, you know, there has been this aura of Ortiz being a boogeyman, and maybe at one point people didn't want to fight him because he was high risk and low reward, but at this stage in his career, I'm sorry, he's a top 15 heavyweight still. He's still a good fighter, but he's not the boogeyman of the division. Let's not pretend that he is. If you've told me, you know, Alexander Usyk is the boogeyman of the division, I think in the next year or so he may well become one, because, as I say, he's probably going to get this WBO belt that's going to get thrown away, and I doubt anyone's going to really want to fight him. Now, going back to the Wilder fight, before I got on that little tangent there, it played out as I sort of expected. As I said, Ortiz is a very good boxer, sluggish, slow, and will get caught, as he did. As I said, he will get caught between rounds 3 and rounds 8, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. He got knocked out in round 7, so as I predicted, it went as exactly how I thought it would do. Wilder would get outboxed, but he would just land, and he would land earlier than he did last time. And when he landed, it would be game over. And really, that's really how it went. That was all she wrote. Look, I don't really need to talk too much about it, because I'm not going to pat myself on the back too much. As I say, I think it was a prediction that a lot of people had, and when you applied a bit of common knowledge with, you know, the way Ortiz was going and Wilder's ascendancy, it made sense, the pick that I made. So Wilder moves on. I think we need to now start separating the Wilder fans from Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder is a fantastic fighter. Let's not take that away from him, and let's not take his fans, which are, look, his fans are up there with some of the most insufferable. I think they are probably up there with Dave Allen fans, although on a far larger scale, as the most insufferable fans in the business at the moment. His fans are so deluded, they are ridiculous, they come out with ridiculous statements, they're argumentative, they are incredibly frustrating to deal with, and I think a lot of people allowed that to cloud their judgment of Wilder. Let's not let that take away from Wilder. Wilder is a fantastic fighter. And to be honest with you, at this point, I would probably pick Wilder to beat the big two. So I'll be honest, I think we've got to just try and separate Wilder, the fighter, and Wilder and his fans. Wilder is a fantastic fighter. Luis Ortiz was not the fight we wanted to see, but his resume from the last couple of years has been good. Before that, he gets pulled up for having a poor resume, and he did have a poor resume. Let's not sugarcoat it. His first 35 fights or so were appalling. But the last couple of years, he's fought, Luis Ortiz, Tyson Fury, Dominic Breazeale. Now, they are not bad fighters. You know, Dominic Breazeale is top 20 at worst. Luis Ortiz is top 10, top 15 at worst. And, Tyson Fury is top 3 at worst, top 4 at worst. So, look, they are not bad fighters. They are good fighters. So, credit where credit's due. Wilder gets the win. Wilder moves on. Where do we want to see him go from here? I mean, it looks like he's going to be fighting Fury. I'll be honest, I see that fight getting pushed back. I think it will do. It would benefit both of them too. Fury's got that cut to contend with, and Wilder obviously only fought and would be going straight back into camp. So it sort of makes sense for both parties to try and push that date back a little bit, I think. In addition to that, where does Ortiz go from here? Ortiz gave the impression he wants to fight on. there's still viable fights for Ortiz. I think either the winner or the loser of Povetkin versus Hunter. We'll have a prediction up for that as well coming soon. I think you could match him against either of those two and you'll get a good fight. So look, there are still exciting fights out there for Ortiz. He's still, if Andy Ruiz loses, they could make an in-house fight. They could match him, PBC could match him in-house against Adam Kanatsky. That would be a good fight. They could match him in-house against Charles Martin. That would be a good fight. Look, there are still good fights out there for Luis Ortiz. So he's not necessarily done yet. I think he is definitely fading. I think his dreams of world title are over now. But look, there are still exciting fights out there for him. So let me know what you think, and thank you for watching.